There is a warship in the United States Navy that was built in 1794, not a replica, not a restored museum piece, a fully commissioned, active duty United States Navy vessel. The USS Constitution has been in continuous naval service for over 220 years, longer than any other commissioned warship afloat on the planet, and almost nobody outside of Boston can tell you why. Because the story of how this wooden frigate is still officially part of the United States Navy in the 21st century is stranger than it sounds. The answer involves a law that nobody wanted to repeal, a nickname earned in battle, and one vote in Congress that changed everything. But before I continue, where are you watching from right now? Have you or anyone you know ever had a connection to the USS Constitution or any other warship? Drop it in the comments below. Let's start with the ship itself. She is a heavy frigate, 44 guns, white oak hull nearly 2 feet thick. Launched in 1797, she was built for one purpose, to fight, and fight the USS Constitution did. In the War of 1812, the USS Constitution faced HMS Guerriere, a Royal Navy frigate that outgunned her on paper. The British opened fire, the cannonballs hit the Constitution's hull, and they bounced off. A sailor watching from the deck shouted, "Her sides are made of iron." The name stuck. Old Ironsides. A wooden ship that earned an iron nickname because the USS Constitution was simply built better than anything she faced. The USS Constitution won every single engagement the old frigate ever fought. Not one loss, not one capture. The most undefeated warship in American history. But winning battles is not what kept the USS Constitution in service. That story starts in 1830, and it starts with a poem. Oliver Wendell Holmes was 21 years old when he read a newspaper article claiming the Navy planned to scrap the Constitution. The old frigate was aging, the hull was deteriorating, the Navy had newer ships. Holmes sat down and wrote a poem, 3 stanzas, 24 lines. He called it Old Ironsides. The poem spread across the country within weeks. Newspapers reprinted it. Citizens wrote to Congress. The public outcry was immediate and overwhelming, and the Navy quietly shelved the scrapping plan. The USS Constitution was saved by a poem. But saving the hull was one thing. Keeping the USS Constitution in the United States Navy was something else entirely. Here is the part that almost nobody knows. The USS Constitution was never formally decommissioned. Not once. Not in over 200 years. Every other warship from the age of sail was either sunk, scrapped, or struck from the Naval Register. The USS Constitution was not. The old frigate was repaired, restored, sometimes left to rot at a dock for years at a time, but the commission was never ended. And American law has a provision that protects any vessel holding an active naval commission. Decommissioning requires an act of Congress, a vote, a formal decision. Nobody ever called that vote, not because they forgot, because every time the question got close to the floor, someone would invoke the name, Old Ironsides. The ship that cannonballs could not sink, the ship a 21-year-old student saved with 24 lines. The political cost of voting to retire the USS Constitution was simply too high, and so the commission stayed active, year after year, decade after decade. By the time anyone thought seriously about the legal mechanics, the old frigate had already outlived every argument for scrapping her. But the 1997 sale almost never happened. For most of the 20th century, the USS Constitution was not sailing. The old frigate was not being maintained. The hull was rotting at the dock. The rigging was gone. The guns had been removed. By the 1920s, the Constitution was in such poor condition that a national fundraising campaign had to be launched just to keep the old frigate from falling apart. School children across America sent in pennies and dimes. The Navy collected over $600,000 in donations to fund the restoration. The ship that cannonballs could not sink was nearly killed by neglect. It happened again in the 1980s. Another restoration, another race against time, another moment where the oldest commissioned warship in the United States Navy came within a decision of being quietly retired. Each time the answer was the same. Nobody wanted to be the person who ended it. The USS Constitution was restored to full sailing condition in 1997 for her 200th birthday, the first time the old frigate had sailed under her own power in over 100 years. Thousands of people lined the harbour. The Navy assigned a crew. The boatswain called the orders that had not been called on that deck since the age of sail. The USS Constitution sailed. The old frigate sails still, once a year. A ceremonial turnaround in Boston Harbour, firing a 17-gun salute. The crew wears period-accurate uniforms. The guns are black powder. The whole thing is exactly what it looks like. The United States Navy operating a 200-year-old warship because the United States Navy never stopped. But the reason the USS Constitution is still commissioned today, the real legal reason, comes down to a moment in 1954. Congress passed the Naval Vessels Register Act. It required all commissioned vessels to be maintained to a standard of seaworthiness. The USS Constitution qualified. The old frigate was seaworthy. The hull had been restored. The Constitution met the standard. The Act also gave Congress the authority to remove any vessel from the register at any time, but only by a specific vote to do so. Nobody moved to take that vote. And in the decades since, the USS Constitution has become something the Navy has realised it cannot afford to lose. Not militarily, symbolically. The old frigate draws hundreds of thousands of visitors to Boston every single year, free to board, open to the public. The ship that bounced cannonballs in 1812 is now generating more public goodwill for the United States Navy than any press campaign the service has ever run. The Navy pays for a full crew of active duty sailors to operate and maintain the USS Constitution year-round. Around 80 people, a real naval posting with real duties, maintenance, ceremonies, public tours and the annual sail. Those sailors are not playing a role, they are on active duty. The USS Constitution is their ship, the commission is real. So why is the USS Constitution still in service? Because the old frigate was never decommissioned, because a poem stopped a scrapping order in 1830, because Congress never called a vote that would have ended a 200-year commission, because school children sent pennies to save a ship their government had nearly forgotten. And because at some point the Navy looked at what the USS Constitution had become, not a relic, not a museum piece, but a living symbol drawing hundreds of thousands of people to the waterfront every year, and decided the answer to the question was simple. Why would you ever retire a ship that has never been defeated? The USS Constitution is still commissioned, still crewed, still sailing, old Ironsides, still flying.